Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Today, I want to talk about something that I think we can all relate to. Those little things we see in ourselves that we wish we could change. You know what I mean, right? Maybe you think your nose is too big, or your laugh is too loud. But what if I told you that those very things you consider flaws are actually your superpowers? Yes, you heard me right. Today we're diving into the world of imperfections and why they make you absolutely amazing. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just fall in love with your so-called flaws. Let's start by exploring the beauty of imperfections. In a world that seems obsessed with filters and perfection, it's easy to feel like we're not enough. We scroll through social media and see these flawless images, and it can be hard not to compare ourselves. But here's the thing. Perfection is boring. Think about it. What do you remember about someone you just met? It's often their distinctive laugh, that crooked smile, or maybe that adorable mole on their cheek. Those little quirks, they're what make people stand out. They leave a lasting impression, and that's pretty special. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Societal pressure for perfection. We're bombarded daily with images of perfect bodies, faces, and lives, and it's no wonder we start to feel inadequate. But let's remember that most of what we see online is carefully curated and often heavily edited. Real life? It's messy, imperfect, and beautiful in its own way. It's time we start celebrating our real selves, flaws and all. So, how do our flaws contribute to our individuality? Well, they shape our experiences and how we interact with the world. For instance, if you're naturally shy, you might develop excellent listening skills. If you're a bit clumsy, you might become more patient and understanding of others' mistakes. Our flaws lead us to develop unique coping mechanisms and skills, and these become integral parts of our personality and character. Let me share a personal story. Growing up, I always felt self-conscious about my big, goofy laugh. I tried to stifle it, thinking it would draw attention to me in a negative way. But one day, a friend told me how much they loved my laugh. They said it was contagious and always brightened their day. That's when I realized my flaw was actually bringing joy to others. Now I laugh freely and loudly, embracing this part of myself. Another way our flaws shape us is by influencing our interests and passions. Maybe you struggled with reading as a kid, which led you to develop a love for audiobooks. Or perhaps your fear of public speaking pushed you to become an excellent writer. Our challenges often guide us toward unexpected paths and talents. Now, let's talk about turning weaknesses into strengths. This is where the magic happens. First, identify a trait you consider a weakness. Next, think about how it could be reframed as a positive. For example, if you're overly sensitive, you might be incredibly empathetic. If you're stubborn, you could be someone who perseveres through challenges. Here are a few more examples. If you're a perfectionist, you likely have an eye for detail and produce high-quality work. Being easily distracted might mean you're creative and have a wealth of ideas. If you're impatient, you could be great at making quick decisions. The key is to shift your perspective and find the silver lining in your perceived flaws. Let's do a quick exercise together. Think of one thing about yourself that you've always considered a flaw. Got it? Now, try to come up with 3 ways this trait could be beneficial. It might take some creative thinking, but I promise there's always a positive side. Did you discover any surprising strengths hidden in your perceived weaknesses? This shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering. Another important aspect of embracing our flaws is self-compassion. We're often our own harshest critics, focusing on our shortcomings. But what if we treated ourselves with the same kindness we show our friends? Next time you catch yourself being self-critical, pause and ask, would I say this to a friend? How can I be kinder to myself? Remember, embracing your flaws doesn't mean you can't strive for self-improvement. It's about accepting yourself as you are while also working towards your goals, coming from a place of self-love rather than self-criticism. Your imperfections also make you relatable and approachable to others. Don't you feel more comfortable around people who are authentic and open about their flaws? By embracing your own imperfections, you create a safe space for others to do the same, leading to deeper, more meaningful connections. Lastly, let's talk about how your flaws can inspire others. When you openly embrace your imperfections, you give others permission to do the same. You become a role model for self-acceptance and authenticity, inspiring those around you to embrace their own uniqueness. So, there you have it. Why your flaws are actually your superpowers. They make you unique, shape your personality, and can even become your greatest strengths. Remember, you are perfectly imperfect, just as you are. I hope this video has inspired you to embrace all parts of yourself, flaws and all. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on self-love and personal growth. And hey, leave a comment below sharing one flaw you're going to start embracing as a strength. Until next time, keep shining in your perfectly imperfect way.